This is the BBC.
This podcast is supported by advertising outside the UK.
BBC Sounds. Music, radio, podcasts.
If you love arsing around but hate early starts, then the good news is there's a podcast for that.
Radio 1 Breakfast.
With Greg James.
Best bits.
There's controversy.
Picnics are great.
There's big questions.
Is it okay to flirt with people that aren't your partner?
There's shocking revelations.
I let myself down at the doctor's.
And some things just best left unexplained. Are you interested? I thought you were.
Radio 1 Breakfast.
With Greg James.
That's me. Listen when you want on BBC Sounds.
JC! You name it. No. Yes. I love cake. Guys, cake being fabulous.
Radio 1 presents the Gemma Collins Podcast.
Podcasters, it's me, Gemma. I hope you are all doing fabulously. And you know what, guys? I've missed you all, like literally so much. I took a break from the podcast last week as I've been quite poorly. I literally couldn't even speak. But I'm slowly getting back on my feet. I would love to give you some exciting gossip about my week last week, but literally I was so unwell, could not get out of my bed. I had a really awful sinus infection and it was just a really awful week, and I had the funeral of my dear friend that passed away. And literally the next day I was like, do you know what? I've got to try and get back to normal. I'm going to meet my friend for some lunch. And I went for some lunch. 3 hours later, you couldn't write it, I was collapsed on my kitchen floor, being so violently sick and all the rest that goes with it. I won't go into detail, but literally I was poisoned. I had food poisoning. It was absolutely awful. And I just think, do you know what? My whole body just got so run down recently that I had to listen to my body and I literally had to rest, which me and rest is just a combination that doesn't go. And it was awful. I had to cancel all my work. I was really looking forward to getting back to work this week. And I had to cancel all of my work and just allow my body to heal. So I did exactly that. But it just seemed to go on forever. I kept thinking, right, tomorrow I'll feel better. Tomorrow I'll feel better. And in the end, I had to get a nurse to come to my house because I literally was sick for days on end. It was just not going. My mum and dad come over because they then got really worried, and I just want to thank them so much for helping me. It's just the little things when you're ill, when people come and make you a cup of tea. My personal trainer brought me flowers, which was lovely. I haven't been able to exercise. I literally haven't been able to do a thing. But although I felt so sick, I don't know why, I just kept thinking I fancied fish and chips. And I had fish and chips today. I've not had fish and chips for such a long time. I couldn't eat it all because I was scared that, you know, if I really indulged too much that I would be sick again. But my whole body, it was like an alien was inside it and it was just dying to come out. Like, it was absolutely awful. I also really want to thank my lovely Polish friend, Andrew, who makes the most unbelievable soup. Why do we all eat soup when we're ill? There's something about it that makes you feel better. But he makes, I love Polish food, and he makes this cucumber soup, like gherkins, carrots, potatoes, and some dill. And literally you add water to it. It's like a miracle broth, and it was absolutely incredible. And it's just little acts of kindness like that when you're sick really do make all the difference. And I've got a lovely nurse called Nena, who I'm very lucky to have her whenever I'm ill or I need anything. And I had some amazing drips, and literally within 48 hours, I started to feel myself again, which was really amazing. And I just kept feeling so guilty because I was like, I've got so much work to do. And my body was just saying rest. So I did just that. But before I recorded this podcast, today has been the first day where I felt normal again. And I headed straight to the salon. I had a full blow dry. And then after the salon, I had a cheeky brow lamination to make my eyebrows look thicker. And then I got my nails done. I've had a spray tan. I've had a pedicure. I am feeling like very polished, very well again, and ready for action.
The Gemma Collins Podcast.
I got really obsessed with elephants when I was sick. I don't know why they make me feel so happy. I wanted to go to London because there's this elephant exhibition in and around London. So I'm just hoping I haven't missed it and I'll be able to go. I was watching all my wildlife clips. I watched loads of who I absolutely think's incredible, David Aspinall. And he brought up a gorilla when it was young and released it back into the wild. And he hadn't seen a gorilla for years. And it was like a long time. It was like 10 years had passed. And I watched this clip where he went back and found the gorilla and the gorilla remembered him. It was just absolutely beautiful. So I caught up on loads of wildlife stuff and I've found a TV show that makes me laugh like no other. And it's called Friday Night Dinner. If you haven't seen it, watch it. It is absolutely hilarious. I would give anything to have a part in that show. I used to be obsessed with Plebs. Now it's all about Friday Night Dinner. Two of the actors from Plebs is in Friday Night Dinner. So I've got to say, between David Aspinall and Friday Night Dinner, it brought me back to laughing again. And now one programme I did watch and I actually got really excited about it was Eurovision. I don't know why, but I absolutely love Eurovision. And I just wanted to say that I would have given our British entry, James Newman, the top score that there was to give. And I just couldn't believe that he got 0. I love his song. I hope to meet him one day. And it takes a lot of courage to get up and perform for people. And the fact that we got a 0 really rattled my cage. And I really felt sorry for him and got quite upset because I was thinking, gosh, that poor guy has gone out onto the stage, done a beautiful performance. It was a fantastic song and he didn't get nothing. But what was so lovely is how he handled getting nil point, basically. But you wouldn't have got a nil point from me, James. You would have got the top score there is. Also, random costumes. There was that random act of the hand, really bizarre, but again, absolutely loved the performance. I love Eurovision. I'm a huge Eurovision fan and I hope that I get to present it one day. That is the dream job. I am obsessed with Eurovision. As you know, I love singing myself and I've dipped into the music world. Me and Darren Day sung last Christmas together and we did a lovely duet of Baby It's Cold Outside. But yeah, if Eurovision called me up, hun, I will go there. Katie Price done it. And basically the GC's got to do it next. So yeah, Eurovision, you call my agent, let's get this going. Now, Bill Bailey has also said he'd like to be Britain's entry next year. So Bill, we're going to have a little bit of a ruckus on our hands and let's see who gets to do it. So having duetted with Darren Day, maybe I could do a duet with Bill. What would we do? I'd want to make up our own song. I wouldn't want to do a re-edition of something else. Yeah, Bill, give me a call. I mean, it's the joy that people need. The GC and the BB. Can you imagine it? People would be having street parties. The support would be incredible.
The Gemma Collins Podcast.
Now, keeping with music, I saw a tweet from a BBC Devon radio producer called Matt Tannock. And I just want to say thank you. You mixed my voice into a dance track And it was absolutely hilarious. It really made me smile and laugh, even though I was in absolute pain with my stomach. And I just know if the nightclubs open up fully this summer, it's going to be the anthem of the year. Take a listen.
Now, who better to fill this otherwise empty dance track than the most down-to-earth gal going, right? The GC, Gemma Collins.
When you don't realise you're in the moment until it's a memory.
Dictionary should be paying everyone in Essex some compensation. You know, we're up for the banter. But I'm a massive fan of the dictionary. You know, we should be, like, promoting the dictionary anyway because, like, it is such an amazing, like, historical British thing, isn't it? Keep us in the dictionary, but please change the meaning. And I think it should say an Essex girl is smart, sassy, fun, and striving hard in life like everyone else.
Now, my mate Scott Mills, you need to play this on your Radio 1 chart show because Scott is a huge fan of mine from day one. I'll never forget when I first was on Towie, my friend called me up saying, Gemma, oh my gosh, Scott Mills is playing you on his Radio 1 show. And I'm like, that's weird. Anyway, then I ended up getting in contact with Scott. We went for a good old night at the Sugar Hut and I think I still make him laugh to this day. I hope I do. So, Scott, please play this song on your Radio 1 chart show. And really, I think, guys, we need to get this song to number one. It was so cleverly done that, you know, normally when I hear things of myself, I'm a bit like, oh, no, I cringe. Well, I'm cringing at myself, not at the way someone's mixed it. But this was so sophisticatedly done. It needs to win some sort of music award and I need a day in the studio. I think on all mainstream radios, there should be once or at least 3 times a day anthems of me playing. It would cheer the nation up. Oh, gosh, all the quotes, guys. Literally, it would be endless. I mean, I could just make up a quote song for the Eurovision next year. How funny would that be? But I'd love to be involved in Eurovision in some way. I love the costumes. I love the drama of the night. I love the way everyone gets so busy about it. So, yeah. And if they scored me a 0, honey, there will be hell to pay on the stage that night. So my dreams for this week, I hope I meet James Newman at some sort of showbiz event soon. And Matt, I want to invite you round for dinner. Matt Tannock needs to come, an official invite to the GC Palace because you deserve a nice steak cooked by me. Whatever you want, hun, I'll get you whatever takeaway you want because the song was hilarious.
Available now on BBC Sounds.
Hi, I'm Eddie Hearn and I'm back for a 3rd series of No Passion, No Point. In the latest episode, I'm speaking with former Manchester United and England centre-back Rio Ferdinand.
I got a phone call before, just as I was going to Leeds, and I could have gone Chelsea, and I just said to the geezers, there's just no point in even trying to pitch the idea to me. I need to leave London. I've got all my mates, I go out every weekend, and I didn't have a handbrake.
And if you would have stayed in London, if you would have gone to Chelsea, who knows?
I'd have been at Orient in 2 years. Serious. With your dad.
No Passion, No Point. Listen whenever you like on BBC Sounds.
Now, it is time for my favourite part of the podcast where I get to answer your dilemmas. And I really missed it last week because I was so ill. And we'll also be hearing from pop R&B star Mabel. I love you, Mabel, and I love your hair colour too. And it's about her dilemma that she needs the GC's help with. So, guys, this week we're going to start off with my first message from Millie, who sent in this message. Hi, Gemma. This year has been a bit of a boring year for me when it should have been my most exciting. My 18th birthday was in lockdown. My family trip to New York was cancelled. I had a handful of concerts that I was going to and they were cancelled. My school's prom was cancelled, so I couldn't wear my lovely dress that I brought. And I also didn't get to move to the city for university and experience a proper freshers week. I feel like I've not got the fun teenage life that I would have hoped that I would have got. What fun things did you do in your teenage years that help you make the best memories? Millie, absolutely love hearing from you, hun. Listen, I think everyone feels like they're having a bit of a boring year, so it is just not you. And I can't stand being bored. Like, I love to live my life to the fullest each day, and I love to have a laugh. And literally, I had to cancel 3 holidays last year. I bought loads of outfits that I've not been able to wear yet. And I'm laughing because I've actually had to hire someone to come into my house. I have got one room full of about 25 rows of outfits that I've not worn yet. And I walk in there and I keep shutting the room door because I was meant to, all that row there was for my holiday in Dubai. All that row there was for my holiday in Italy. All that row there was for my other adventures. And I'm just like, it makes me so upset to see it all. So I know how you feel. When I was a teenager, gosh, that would have been fun to have the cameras on me. Do you know what? Me and my friends always had fun. To be honest, we'd go over the park and we'd do crazy things like slide down hills, run down hills, do roly-polies down hills. I know it sounds a bit weird now talking about it, but it was just so much fun. Gosh, my teenage years, we used to like make up dance routines, pretend I was in the pop band. Obviously, I had to be the lead singer. I think it's a great time in life because you don't really have responsibility. You don't understand that you have to pay water, electric. Literally, I used to have so much fun as a teenager. And plus, you can get away with it because you're like, I'm a teenager. Yeah, sorry, you can have a go at me, but I'm a teenager. It's a great excuse to just be as crazy as you want to be. All I can say to you, Millie, is you've just got to turn the negative into some sort of positive. And your family trip to New York, you can have it again. All the concerts that were cancelled, they will come back again. And I'm so sorry to hear that your prom was cancelled and you've got a lovely dress. But what I think you should do is literally, if you can, in your garden, have a whole day celebrating you. You call it Millie's Party and you literally celebrate your 18th. You can do a New York themed style birthday party. All the concerts you were going to, play all the songs. And hun, wear your prom dress. Honestly, it's going to be the best day ever. And I hope you invite me, Millie, because I'm going to come. Millie, I hope that advice helps. Please let me know how you get on and get back in touch. Now, my second dilemma is a message from Eleanor, who has asked me this. Dear Gemma, you make me laugh every time I watch you on TV and listen to your podcast. Thank you. We need more jolly things like you. My question for the podcast is, I've been struggling with bad acne since I was a teenager, and I was wondering if you had suggestions for it. I have tried a few products, but nothing seems to help. Would love your help and advice from Eleanor. Right, Eleanor, believe it or not, I had really bad spots when I was younger. They were so painful and agonising. And sorry, my mum's just shouting out, Mum, I'm just doing my podcast. I've come to my mum's house because I feel sick. Anyway, Eleanor, sorry about that. But literally, I mean, my best friend even said to me, was talking about the other day, she's like, do you remember I feel really bad about something? I called you pizza face once. And I was like, did you? And she was like, yeah, it's been playing on my mind recently and I felt really bad. And I was like, oh, I forgot all about it. Like, it obviously didn't hurt me at the time, but that's how my face was. And it can really affect you. I mean, I was kind of cool about it because I was kind of like, well, look, you know, I'm a teenager, I've got spots. It's a sign of being young as well, because the older you get a lot less spots. So I always say, if I'm still getting spots, it means I'm still young. And actually, funny enough, last week I had a really bad spot. But yeah, I can suggest stuff because What I used to do was always touch my face, trying to cover them up. I'd put makeup on them. And really, the best thing you can do is let air get to your skin. And I had a really good roll-on antibiotic, which I got from my doctor. I'm not a doctor, but go to the doctors if you can and ask for it. And it really, really helped me. There's some amazing, lots of lotions and potions that you can get from the doctor. But it's easy to say don't let it get you down, but it is going to go and it's not going to be there forever. And do you know what? It happens to all of us. Last month on my podcast, the fabulous Fern Cotton actually revealed she was suffering from a breakout of spots. Acne is totally normal and you are not alone. If I was near you now, I'd give you a cuddle and just tell you that it will go soon. But you do need to get the right stuff from the doctors. I'm sending you so much love and big hugs from me. And do get back in contact and let me know how you get on. Now, this week's guest in my Celebrity Dilemma Hot Seat is the fabulous singer-songwriter Mabel, who performed at Radio 1's Big Weekend over the Maybank holiday weekend, and who I saw in person at the Brits the other week. And so Mabel sent me this message and she'd like my dating advice. Come on, Mabel, let's listen.
Hi, Gemma, it's Mabel. So my dilemma is that I've been single for 3 years and I'm obviously a busy woman, but I'm ready to be in a relationship and take something seriously. But I just find that I can't find a guy that A, isn't willing to play games and that B, actually is ready to commit. So what do you think I should do? What's your advice? Lots of love.
Firstly, Mabel, I just want to say a big hello to you, and you're absolutely stunning, hun. Now, the fact that you've been single for 3 years, I get it because you're a busy woman. I've been there myself. Listen, we get to a point, us girls, where you're like, right, I've done this, I've done that. I'm ready to settle down now and take something seriously. But from my own experience, hun, it will come to you when you least expect it. And it will be amazing. And you'll just be like, oh my gosh, I was meant to be with you all along. Or everything's about timing. Like, it's just so bizarre when it happens. You're going to know. And you will know the minute you meet them that they're going to be the one for you. I can't describe the feeling, but when it happens, it's incredible. And you're like, oh my gosh, I've waited for you my whole life. And then you just forget about anyone else you've ever been with because they're just so perfect for you and like your soulmate. And you just get on and it's no stress, no hassle, no upset. They're not horrible to you. It's just incredible. But can I just say, sometimes, Mabel, we are like, right, I want this now, I want this now. The universe brings it when we least expect it. And you're like, all right, okay. And I think more than ever over this past year, I think, once everyone sort of parties a bit and gets it out their system, then that guy is going to walk right into your life, hun, and you are going to get a big rock. And I hope I'm the first on your invite list. In fact, let me arrange your wedding, Mabel. It's going to happen. Once I finish recording this podcast and it gets dark, I'm going to send it out to the universe. Please find Mabel a boyfriend. Please find Mabel a boyfriend. And it's going to happen, Mabel. And literally, you have to every day, even write a list of everything you want in this person and say it to the universe. Dear universe, I want them to be tall, good looking, dark hair, handsome. You want them to have this quality. They've got to make a good cup of tea. Never date someone that can't make a good cup of tea. It just always ends in disaster. Someone that's going to put you first, someone that runs a bath and, is going to love you when you're kind of at your worst. If they see you sick, and it's going to be just amazing. So everything you want, Mabel, write it down, keep chanting it to the universe, and it's going to happen. Now, my other favourite part of the podcast is that I'm going to provide you with a motivational message for the week. And I think I'm going to give you something about divine timing, because what I've learned in my life is everything happens when the timing's right. And I hope my motivational quote this week will settle you, because literally, I think we all spent parts of our life worrying, and then it happens and you're just like, why did I worry? Why? So I hope my message motivates you this week. There has been a lot going on. I mean, I literally need a rocket strapped to my back. I keep talking about it. I just can't get out of first gear. But I was ill. But from next week, I am literally chomping at the bit to get back to work. I've got some really amazing TV projects that is stuff that I've not done before. It's going to be really challenging for me. Some of it, I was like a bit scared to do it, but all will be revealed. But I'm kind of like, this is going to grow me. Playing the GC doesn't really grow me anymore because I can do it with my eyes shut. And I'm really enjoying doing projects more as Gemma now. Like, we'll never get rid of the GC. The GC is fun, but I just think we all kind of need to keep getting outside of our comfort zones. And it's been really scary, actually. Like, it's so, like, me and my friends go, yeah, let's meet up, let's go for dinner, let's do this. And then we're just so used to staying in now. Like, none of us are getting round to doing it. But I'm literally going to put my foot down next week. As soon as I'm better, I'm getting the troops together, and we're literally going to go out. So I hope you are going to have a brilliant week, guys. And please subscribe, rate and review my podcast. I really need you to do that, guys. I love hearing your feedback. And join me now over on BBC Sounds, the only place, and I repeat, the only place you can hear my exclusive Love Lounge, where I answer all your relationship dilemmas, big and small. And I'll see you over there right now, Huns.
The Gemma Collins Podcast.